It always intrigued me that they modified Super Godzilla's design and created Spacegodzilla. In my mind, I thought it would be interesting to have Super Godzilla face off against Spacegodzilla to further imply their genetic ties. But instead we got Son of Godzilla 2.0. Make no mistake, the film is a complete upgrade, but the parallels are undeniable. It takes place on a deserted island. Goofy characters. Little Godzilla, gets into goofy hijinks and needs his dad to get him out of it. Granted, halfway through, they go back to Japan, but the evidence is in plain sight. With some questionable CGI, Spacegodzilla takes out a NASA space station and sends crystals to the planet to gather. Two members of G-Force are sent to prepare for Project T, a method in which they hope to gain control over Godzilla's mind. They soon come upon Tarantula murdering Yuki, a hardened G-Force vet that wants Godzilla dead for the death of Goro Gondo. To quench his thirst for revenge, he has formulated a blood-coagulant bullet that can kill Godzilla. Joke's on Yuki if he actually thinks he can pierce Godzilla's skin with a bullet. Now, if he had one of those rockets Goro used in Godzilla vs. Biollante, I could believe it. Miki soon joins up to take over Godzilla's mind and slowly drive him into madness. This plan backfires, sending Miki into shock. Spacegodzilla soon arrives and plays child-hating uncle to little Godzilla and holds him hostage. Godzilla soon enters the battlefield to save little Godzilla, but Spacegodzilla proves to be a formidable foe, incarcerating the sun and leaving Godzilla in utter defeat. This scene always bothered me. Why didn't Godzilla try to break his son out? He just walks off and doesn't even attempt to save his son. Apparently there is a scene where Godzilla does try to break little Godzilla free from the crystal prison. Miki is soon kidnapped by the Yakuza and is rescued by her powers of demonic possession. Telekinesis. And with the aid of G-Force. Yuki, Koji, and Kyo regroup and pilot the mighty enhanced Mogira to confront Spacegodzilla, but Yuki has ulterior motives and wants his revenge on Godzilla. He tries to sabotage the mission, but Koji fights back and knocks him unconscious. In dire straits, Yuki comes to his senses and helps Koji and Kyo, and puts aside his grievances with Godzilla to put Spacegodzilla out of commission. Freeing little Godzilla, and as a courtesy, Miki removes a telepathic device lodged in Godzilla's cranium. The director's chair was now held by Kensho Yamashita, who was the first assistant director for Terror of Mechagodzilla and was also an assistant director for The Return of Godzilla. Special effects master Koichi Kawakita returns again, but the special effects of this film are a downgrade from previous films, most notably the battle between Mogira and Spacegodzilla in outer space. There are no stars. None. Thankfully, the battle on Earth is better, especially the final battle. Akira Ifukube was replaced by Takuya Hattori for music. There are times where the score shines, but the scenes where Yuki is chasing Godzilla, it reminds me of James Bond or Mission Impossible, and it just seems out of place and comes off as comical unintentionally. Kyo Sato is reminiscent of Goro Maki from Son of Godzilla, only slightly more annoying. The love story between Koji and Miki feels unnecessary and waters down her character. The romance comes off as forced, and there is almost no chemistry between Megumi Odaka and Jun Hashizume. The performance that steals the show is from none other than Akira Emoto, whom also starred in Shin Godzilla. Yuki is funny, tragic, fueled by rage. His kinship with Goro Gondo makes it hit even harder. Goro was always my favorite in the Heisei series. I feel that Miki's relationship with Godzilla should have been focused on more than romance. What is he thinking? What is he feeling? Why is their connection so strong? So many questions left unanswered. Miki's character was shafted in this film, and it was disappointing. Thankfully, she would truly shine in Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Originally titled Godzilla vs. Astrogodzilla, the production cost would have been higher. Astrogodzilla would have had an army of giant alien dragonflies at his disposal. Mothra would have had a much more pivotal role, instead of a minor cameo. It's believed that because of the box office failure of Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon, Godzilla vs. Spacegodzilla was trimmed down and most ideas were dismissed or eliminated. There are scenes in the film that are reused from Godzilla vs. Biollante, when he's battling the naval ships. To be fair, Toho has always done this, but it does feel a bit lazy compared to the production of past Heisei films. I'm sure that you all think that I hate this film, but that is far from the truth. As many negatives as this film has, it also has many positives. Spacegodzilla is an amazing addition to the kaiju world, an intelligent kaiju, and one that literally wants to kill Godzilla, and that is of pure evil. Seeing Godzilla taking the hits for little Godzilla, protecting him from all the damage and the electric waves from Spacegodzilla, and how he went across the ocean to save his son, that truly is a noble father. It kind of reminded me of why I didn't like this one. Truly Father of the Year. Because nothing says I love you like threatening your son if he doesn't use his atomic breath. Although Godzilla vs. Spacegodzilla has many flaws, it is leagues better than its predecessor, showing Godzilla willing to sacrifice for his son as opposed to treating his offspring as an obligation, as seen in Son of Godzilla. I highly recommend it, and it is definitely worth your time. If you like what you see, comment and subscribe to the Madness of Oblivion. Thank you.